learners, welcome to NIOS. Today we will study part 1.b of chapter 19. Our topic is structure of Indian society. As you know, we studied about this topic in the previous video. We will continue that discussion today. Learners, now we know about the basic structure of Indian society. Beginning of the Varna system during the Vedic age, that is, division of the society into 4 parts: Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, and their duties. We also know that slowly the caste system became very rigid in the Indian society, and it became impossible to do any other work except what had been fixed for the people of a particular caste. During the medieval period, the Shudras in South India were divided into 2 categories: pure, that is Sat, and impure, that is Asat. Another feature of the South Indian society was the left hand caste called Idangai, and right hand caste called Vilangai. According to Manu, there were 61 castes. However, a new group of castes were born during this period called mixed caste or Varna Sankar. Learners, can you guess the meaning of this term Varna Sankar caste? Varna Sankar or mixed castes were those new castes that were formed as a result of marriages between people of different castes. Rajputs were a new caste that was born during this period in North India. Another new caste was the Kayastha caste. The Kayats were basically writers. Learners, another unique feature of caste system during this period was that the members of these mixed castes claimed that they belonged to great families. For example, the Gurjaras, Jats and Ahirs all claimed that they were Kshatriyas. This process of claiming high caste origin was done to increase the respect and acceptance for their caste in the society. It is also important to note that the caste system also differs from one place to the other in the country. Let us learn how. In North India, the Brahmins are divided on the basis of their gotras as well as where they live. For example, we have Kanyakubja from Kanau, Saryuparin from Saryu river and Maithil Brahmins from Mithila region. Learners, during the modern period, the concept of using surnames started. Every caste has many surnames. New social and religious groups like Brahma Samaj and Arya Samaj also became very important. Members of Brahma Samaj were considered as members of a separate caste. Thus, we learn that the caste system differs from place to place. Dear learners, slowly the caste system became very rigid. Even the religious reformers tried their best to end this practice. Do you know who is a religious reformer? These are people who try to improve the condition of the society by ending old customs and introducing modern and new customs. Reformers like Ramanand, Kabir, etc. tried to end the caste system in the society. However, this practice had become so strong that it was not easy to end it. Even people of other religions like Sikhs and Muslims started to believe in the caste system. Now we will learn about another unique feature of Indian society, untouchability. Have you ever heard about it before? Untouchables. were the lowest section of the Indian society. In fact, they were considered outside the society. They were also considered as impure and therefore no one could touch them. They were generally called as Chandals. They could not live with other people in the villages and lived outside in separate areas. Their main job was to burn the dead bodies. In fact, the religious books strictly mentioned that untouchables should wear iron ornaments, wear clothes of dead bodies and eat food from broken vessels. Learners, by the beginning of the Gupta age, the condition of the untouchables had become very bad. So much so that even their shadow was considered impure. In fact, you will be surprised to know that if they wanted to enter the village, they had to beat a piece of wood. Can you guess why? So that the people became aware about their arrival and did not come in their way. Otherwise, they would also become impure. The fishermen called Kevartas, sweepers called Kukusa, leather workers known as Charmakaras and basket makers called as Vend became untouchable caste. Dome or Domb was another category of people who became untouchables. Learners, it is interesting to note that there were many Shudra kings in India during ancient period. Thus, we have learnt that the practice of untouchability was wrong, as people were considered impure and they could not talk, eat or meet other people. They had to live away from other people and even their shadow was considered as impure. After independence, the practice of untouchability was declared as illegal by the government. However, we still sometimes find incidents of untouchability occurring in far away parts of the country. Mahatma Gandhi tried his best to improve the condition of untouchables. He called them as Harijans. After independence, the government of India has made many policies to end this inhumane practice. With the spread of education, the people have become aware of this problem, and the difference between untouchables and other castes has disappeared. Dear learners, let us now discuss another feature of the Indian society called slavery. First, let us understand the meaning of term slavery. In this practice, the people were sold, purchased and used as objects. They had no rights and their masters were free to do whatever that they wanted to do with them. This was very cruel and inhuman practice and was followed all over the world in different forms. Dear learners, the Greek ambassador to the court of Mauryan king Chandragupta Maurya said that there were no slaves in India because the condition of slaves in India was better than those in Greece and Rome. Chanakya in his famous work Arthashastra says that a man could be a slave by birth, that is, he or she could be the child of a slave, or someone could become a slave by selling himself as a slave or being captured in war, or if he was a criminal. The Sanskrit word for slave is dasa. In India, the slaves were generally used as servants. The slave was, in fact, a lower member of his master's home. Learners, during the ancient period, there were no slave markets in India where slaves were bought and sold. However, later slave trade existed between India and Rome. We also come to know about slave market in the Vijayanagar Empire. During the medieval period, also, this custom of slavery continued as the Sultan of Delhi kept a large number of slaves called as bandagans. However, their situation was very different from earlier slaves. If the slave was capable, he could become free and promoted to high post. For example, Malik Kafur, who was the slave of Delhi Sultan Alauddin Khilji, became a high officer. The practice of slavery continued during the British period also. However, today the slave trade is not allowed. Learners, let us quickly revise what we have learnt in this lesson so far. Birth of Varna Sankar, that is mixed castes like Rajputs and Kayasthas, and its impact on society. Practice of untouchability and its features. Practice of slavery in ancient, medieval and modern India. Comparison of Indian slave system with slavery in Greece and Rome. With this, we have come to the end of this video. If you have more queries, you can email at signlanguage@nius.ac.in. For more information, please log on to www.nius.ac.in. I hope you liked watching this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.